Hey, all you YouTube and Facebook viewers that I have. It's me, it's your boy JOE, and I'm here to do a video. And before I start that, I just like to say, as you all know, today is November 7th, 2012. And when November rolls around, you often think of a lot of things, like the weather changing. November 22nd being the assassination of John F. Kennedy in 1963. Some of us were born for that, some of us weren't, and some of us think of Thanksgiving as well. And yeah, that's just my papers rattling for my notes about what I'm going to talk about in this video. The Survivor Series. This is one of the WWE's Big Four pay-per-views, along with WrestleMania in March or April, the Royal Rumble in January, and SummerSlam in August. Like I said, it is the WWE's Thanksgiving pay-per-view. This pay-per-view started back in 1987. Let me explain the concept of the pay-per-view. When it first started, there were always matches consisting of tag teams of good guys versus bad guys who had feuds. And they were elimination matches, meaning that they had to wrestle until one team was completely eliminated. So at any one given point, it could be 4-on-1, 3-on-1, 3-on-2, or if they did 5-on-5, 5-on-1, 5-on-2, but they went until one team was completely eliminated. And the members who were left were the survivors for that team. And usually the teams had clever names, like, let me think about this for a second, like Hacksaw Jim Duggan, since he carried the 2x4 to the ring, and there were 4 guys on his team, they were known as the 4x4s. Like, so one year the 4x4s were Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Bret Hart, Ronnie Garvin, and Hercules. And another year the $1 Million Team was Ted DiBiase, a mystery partner who I'll mention later on in this video, and Rhythm and Blues, the Honky Tonk Man, and Greg the Hammer Valentine. The first 2 years the pay-per-view was in Ohio, I believe. If I am wrong about that, somebody just correct me in the comments below. It was always held on Thanksgiving night the first 2 or I believe maybe 3 years. Then after that it went to the night before, and then eventually to the Sunday before Thanksgiving. So that's that point there. There are some historical moments during this pay-per-view, some famous, some infamous. We'll get into those. We'll poke at them with a stick. And I was going to say why, because I feel like talking about them. And I know you're dying to know. So let's see. First fact here, that could be a famous type of thing. 1987 and 1995 were the only 2 years to have a ladies elimination tag team match. 1990 was infamous and famous for a couple of things. Which will go first? Let's go with infamous. And the infamous was the hatching of this large egg that it went around with the WWE, which is the WWF at the time, and it was set to hatch at the Survivor Series 1990. And when it got there, it finally did, and the infamous thing was the hatching of the Gobbledygooker, played by Hector Guerrero, the uncle of the late Eddie Guerrero. No, sorry, not the uncle, the brother of the late Eddie Guerrero. The famous. The debut of The Undertaker, which I mentioned as the mystery partner before. Like I said, the debut of The Undertaker, that's right, the Phenom, the Dead Man, the Taker. How many people remember that? What made that interesting is that when he made his debut at the Survivor Series 90 that year. His manager was Brother Love, portrayed by Bruce Pritchard, I believe. Tom Pritchard, one of the Pritchards, but not the manager that he had for so many years. Paul Bearer. Sorry as my phone goes off here, but that's okay. That usually doesn't happen, but it did now. And here's an in-betweener, not quite infamous, not quite famous. There was a final match that year at the pay-per-view where the survivors from every match went on to a match of survival, where on one team it was Hulk Hogan, Tito Santana, and the WWF Champion, the Ultimate Warrior, against the $1 Million Man, Rick Martel, the Warlord, and Power and Glory. You can decide on that one. Anything else? Yes, let's go here. The Four Doinks. Four Doinks, yes, Four Doinks. A team of 4 Doinks, that's right, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, took on the team of the Head Shrinkers, Samu and Fatu, Bastion Booger, and Bam Bam Bigelow. The 4 Doinks were portrayed by Mo and Mabel, Men on a Mission, and the Bushwhackers, Luke and Butch, which this all happened because they wanted to have a feud between Doink the Clown and Bam Bam, so this kind of went with it. The next topic can go either way, your choice. Most of you know what I might be getting at. Picture this. Montreal, 1997. WWE title match. Shawn Michaels the challenger. Bret Hart the champion. The match with that was that Bret was told that by Vince that he had to drop the title to Shawn, but he didn't want to do it either in Montreal or in Canada. I'm not sure, but if it wasn't in Montreal, he would have done it the next night. But during that match, Bret got screwed out of his title because he wanted to leave for WCW, and Vince didn't want him walking out with the belt and showing up on Nitro, so that's how that whole thing went down. If you want the whole real story, watch the Bret Hart Shawn Michaels DVD. They go into it a little bit there, or the Bret documentary Walking with Shadows. That explains it. So get ready for this year's Survivor Series. Enjoy it. Have fun. Make your picks. Take your guesses. And for this video, rate, hate, comment, subscribe, and send me some of your favorite Survivor Series facts or tidbits or things you liked or didn't like about other Survivor Series from the past 25, 26 years, whatever this is. And I'll see you when I see you. And remember, rate, hate, comment, and subscribe. Peace.